the world, the United States right now has a negative vision of us. Why would you want to move to Danbury when we're so bad and we have so many issues?
Especially since our mayor went on CNN and has been on the national news.
Correct.
Especially for that reason.
Well, yes, and with regards to the immigration, that's why he did go on CNN. I think it's very important that it's handled the proper way. It has to be handled. It's not a situation that you can continue to let get out of control. And I think the biggest problem is our borders. The federal government has really been inactive when it comes to controlling the borders. And they need to start doing something with regards to the borders. If you don't do something with the borders, you will never stop the influx of people coming into the country.
They're going to come in on the back of a truck. They're going to come in underneath the cars. They're going to be special compartments in vehicles or whatever.
True.
You know, this is how they're going to come in as long as the borders are not being controlled.
Right.
And that is a federal issue.
Correct. And that's why I get frustrated, because you're deporting 5 people, but at the same time there's 20, 25 coming in through the border. So what have you accomplished? Absolutely nothing. I will tell you, any person that's in this town that is illegal or legal, if they've committed a criminal activity, they need to be taken out immediately, because it's not acceptable. They wouldn't want us to go to their country and live in their country when we're criminals, and it's the same thing in the United States. I want to know who comes into the country and who's a criminal and who shouldn't be here, because criminal activity is not it's not something that I want in our community. We need to move to the next level and the next stage within the city itself. And we need to start bringing that feeling of warmth back into our community. We have a lot of people that are legal. It's just that they look different, or they may speak another language, and English is very important. As a member of our community, you need to learn the language. It's critical. My parents learned how to speak English. I mean, they weren't doctors or they couldn't be a teacher, but they knew English to get by, and that's very, very important. And anyone that comes over that really wants to make the United States part of their life, they need to learn how to speak the English language. But with regards to some of the issues that have happened, I mean, there's towns that are getting sued because the town has tried to pass an ordinance to supersede a federal law. You can't do that. No matter what happens, you try to pass an ordinance, you try to enforce it. That group of people is going to sue the city, which is the case we have right now. But Hazeltown, Pennsylvania was an example. And there was a town in New Jersey. So they had tried to enforce those laws. Those group of people took the cases to court. I think New Jersey ended paying out approximately $2 million between attorney's fees and what they had to pay the plaintiff, the person who filed the lawsuit. And that's absurd. Why am I going to spend the taxpayers' dollars to defend a case that you know you've already violated when we need that money locally within the city itself?